Hi Angels, if you're new to the channel then welcome. Quick history, I sent 100 cards to Acegrading company in the United Kingdom and got this massive box in return. Today we have something special, what I'm calling the Girlfriend Collection Part 1. These are the Mrs. Personal Collection that she wanted to get graded and preserved. These are more expensive cards that have more sentimental value, so we're looking for some bangers. These will not be going on the website for sale, however, if you do want to get your own graded cards, make sure you head to arcticvault.com.au to grab yours today. Stock is getting low and next year we will be vending it, starting with Hobby Hangout, where we will be bringing all of our graded cards for sale. So take this time to purchase it before it gets sold, make sure that anything you see gets bought up before I take it to the shows. But enough talking, let's hop right into it with this nice Vaporeon promo. From 2013, this card is over 12 years old, and in amazing condition for its age. This card is from the black and white era from the Sylveon collection. It's a sort of a box set that you could have got back in the day, and this was one of the promos that came inside the box. But what a fantastic card this is. It's like a really lovely art on it. Vaporeon is always going to be a fan favorite, and this card is looking pretty clean considering how old it really is. At least from the front end, it looks pretty good. Flipping it over to the back, and we've also still got a really clean back, no whitening going on, or at least not much, at least. The corners are looking a little bit out of touch there, but that should be okay. Borders are looking pretty centered, so we're pretty happy with that. It is still in the plastic sleeve, so that's what you're seeing there on screen as well. Little nick on the bottom left hand corner there. Hopefully that won't take us down too much, but in any event, let's see how this one goes.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we've got the near mint to mint 8. Not a bad result, and look at that art. Look at the label. It's a fantastic piece of art. They've sort of taken the shell look, I guess, of the card and then added it on top as well, so I think that gives it a great effect. That's a pretty good result considering how old it is. Let's have a look at the numbers. Raw 50, 120, 345 for the 9, and 935 for a 10. Now obviously we're not going to sell this one will stay locked up forever and ever, until such time that it needs to be sold, which will be never. I can't complain about the result, it's a really good result. And the artwork by Ace for the label is fantastic, not upset with that one at all. Next up is this amazing Eevee. Now we've also got Japanese cards, and this is the first time we're showing Japanese graded, Ace graded cards, and this is where we're starting with an Eevee from Terrestrial Festivals. For English version it would have been Prismatic Evolutions. This is the Eevee art that was pulled straight from the pack, in fact. Not bought, not purchased at a shop or anything. This one was just pulled from the pack that we purchased, and on flipping it over it's looking very clean as well on the back. Front was very nice, and the texture on these cards are nice, but the back is looking nice and clean. It's really hard to tell with these borders because of how the colouring goes. It's not a clear line, unlike English, so we're going to pray for a 10 because this actually looks really clean. It was straight from the pack. Again, this batch was the first time I ever sent Japanese Pokemon cards in for grading, so I'm not entirely sure how this will go. We have a good chance at getting a 10. Pray for us, let's see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ooh, our first 10 of the day, and it's from the Eevee. That's a lovely, lovely label as well to match it. It's got the leaf look. It's fantastic. A few flowers blooming. Oh, that's a nice art. It really matches this card. First Japanese card, and we got a 10. I'm so happy with that. I don't know if it's beginner's luck. I hope not, because I want to get more of these Japanese cards in. Obviously, in Japanese, the prices are going to be a bit cheaper, but we don't really care about that. It's a terrific card. English is always going to be more expensive, but looking at this, 43 for a raw card, Ace 9 would have hit 60, and we've got 115 for the 10, which is quite underrated. And if you are interested in the art, then I always recommend getting Japanese cards because they are significantly cheaper. The reason I only deal in English is mainly because I prefer to read English cards than Japanese. That's personal preference for me. But we move on to another Eevee card-ish. Sylveon EX with an Eevee biting on it. What a cute, adorable card this one is. Fantastic. Oh, this takes me back to, this is the art they used to do back in the day. It's nothing that you really see as often, but what the artist did back in those days, look at that. It's a fantastic card. It's a clean card for its age. Again, this is many years old, and flipping it over, it's clean, got a few specks on the back, so I don't think this is going to hit a perfect 10. If it did, that would be bank, but it's not likely. The borders are pretty even, so the printing was good at least, and then we've got a couple of nicks on the edges there as well, so definitely not going to hit a 10, unfortunately, which is rather sad because I really want to get one of these older cards to hit a 10 when I grade it, but this is the personal collection, so let's see what grade we got this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ooh, an 8. I was kind of praying for a 9 for this one, but as you can see, the top border is slightly thinner than the bottom, sadly, but look at that label. I love the label for this one. It really pops. You got a little poppy sticking out here and there, the pond, the grass. It's all added extras that are completely, it just gives it that extra look. And looking at the numbers, this card has gotten expensive. Raw 200, 8 220, 9 460. If it hit a 10, $4,000. That's insane. And that is because this is a very popular card from generations back in the day, and everyone loves the evolutions. So that's how it goes with Pokemon cards. But next up, what we've got is a really cool modern card, God of War EX from Paldean Fates. Now this one here was pulled by yours truly and gifted to the missus because she really liked it. And that's how life is, gentlemen, isn't it? But look at that, it's a fantastic card. It was straight from the pack to a sleeve, so we have no issues with damage. It was looking pretty centered to us. It looks clean, no major marks, nothing on the edges as we flip it over to the back. Again, centering is looking pretty darn close. I can't see too much wrong with it. No whitening to be going on. Obviously a very modern card, as it is. Paldean Fates being released only, what, a year or two ago. Possible white specks there. I can't tell if it's on the outside or if it's part of the card itself, so hopefully that doesn't affect anything, but let's see how we go.
3, 2, 1, go!
Mint 9, not what we were hoping for. We wanted a 10 there, that would have been really cool, but look at that label, oh my word. These are fantastic. I must say, the modern cards with the labels, they look really good, and this one is no exception to that. Like, it's the starry sky in the water or near the lake with the trees. A fantastic looking card. God of War EX, I wish I could get another one of these. It's sitting at $190 raw, so quite expensive still. $200, so not much of a difference, but we've got the 10 sitting at $525 if we hit it. Unfortunately, we did not. Mint 9, it's a lovely card. It will stay that way forever. Can't complain. I love this card, and the art on this is fantastic from the guys at Acegrading Company. But next card we've got is the Starmie V with Misty chillin' poolside. What a cool card. This goes back to the old trainer cards. This is Astral Radiance and part of the trainer gallery, where they used to have trainers with the Pokemon. In this case we've got Starmie just chilling. Look at that, a very well textured card as well. This one is very clean. This one was pulled back in the day when Astral Radiance was out, and big deal. And back in those days you didn't have a guarantee of a holo card as well, so you needed a bit more luck. Now looking at the back of the card, it looks pretty even, nothing to report there. The edges are looking okay, and the sides are looking pretty clean, nothing too much happening there, and the bottom corners are looking fine as well. We're hoping for a good score here, but because it is Astral Radiance, it's a few years older now and kept in a binder, we'll hopefully get something at least good. Hoping for a 9, if not a 10.
3, 2, 1, go!
The 9, another mint 9. I was hoping for a 10. This one was obviously a bit older and kept pretty well, but that one unfortunately only hit the 9. But look at the art. They've decided to put a rubber duck, or a rubber duck seat, in the label. Cool, like, why not? It matches. So that's a cool card. Love the art. Have no issues with that one there. But as we look at the numbers, 145, 180 for a 9, 10 would have hit 470. This is a really cool card, Starmie. For the Misty fans, definitely one to keep an eye out. Next up, Sylveon V. If you can't already tell, the missus loves the evolutions and the cute cards, hence we've got this Sylveon V and all the other evolutions. And looking at it though, it's very clean, nice front at least. It's always hard to tell with the front borders with VMAX cards because they don't really define half the card. The art takes up half of the border, and then we've only got a bit to work with at the bottom. So we're hoping that's pretty centered there. On the back though, we can see the left side is looking a bit thinner than that right hand side, unfortunately. So I don't think that's going to get us the 10, which is a requirement when you're grading cards, that it is centered, because that's the one thing that is a printing question, not a condition question. Condition questions would be whitening, folds, those sort of things. So we're looking for at least a 9 here. Hopefully, I don't think it'll get a 10, but let's see how this one goes out. And we're looking for a 10.
3, 2, 1, go!
Ooh, an 8. That's a bit of a rough patch, I must say. not what we wanted at all. But look at that label, that's insane. It's got the cherry blossom. That's a really nice art. It continues on with the tree up top and a nice blue sky as well, and a trainer sitting on her as well. What an amazing card. Raw 82. Unfortunately, we took a bit of a dive with the costing there, but again, this is for sentimental purposes, not for sale, so it doesn't matter too much. What a lovely Sylveon card. Guys, if you're Sylveon Evolution fans, look at that art. It just extended it. Such a great card. Happy that we got that one graded. The Eevee's crammed into one Pokemon card that I've ever seen in history, and that's the Eevee card from Twilight Masquerade. The best set, in my opinion, of Scarlet and Violet. Now, this is a really cool card because you don't get one, you don't get two, you get three. You get so many Eevees. What's the head count on that? 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? I think there's about 7 there. So we're going to say it's a 7 Eevees in the one card chilling on the couch. What an amazing art this one is, and it's so creative too. There's so many theories about the one at the bottom going to evolve into a Vaporeon. We've got the one eating the berries that will eventually evolve as well, but it's so many theories. It's really cool and really fun to see. But this is a clean card, at least from the front end. There's nothing too major about it. The corners are looking fine as well, but we'll flip it over to this one was pulled from a fresh pack, and that is where we submitted this one from. So let's see if we can get a 10 from this freshly picked Eevee.
3, 2, 1, go!
Mint 9, not the answer we were hoping for there, but it is what it is. What a lovely label. The label itself has actually got the window extended, and you can see the top roof and the side wall as well, so it just extends that art right there. What a great concept. It's just that extra few centimeters of screen space. Oh, sorry, not screen space, but at least it's space that can be filled up with more art. We're happy with that. Price wise, we're looking at raw $91, $93, so not much of a difference, but the 10 would have hit $364. That would have been really cool, and we're hoping for it because it was freshly packed. Oh, sorry, freshly pulled, I should say. And that didn't happen, but at least we got a 9 and nothing ridiculous like an 8, so we'll be happy with that and move on with our lives. Next up is an amazing Arceus V-Star from Crown Zenith. This is the gold card variant of it, so it's quite cool looking, and there's 4 of them. It's got Arceus, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina have their own version, but this is the Arceus one. It's a very clean card, straight from the pack as well. Crown Zenith was much easier to get back in the day, believe it or not. There were so many shops selling it, and this one was pulled by hand. Looking at the back now, it is a very clean card. The left hand side seems to be a bit thinner in terms of border size than the right hand side, unfortunately. That might hit us with a little bit of a ding there, but we'll see if we can pull it across the line with the 60-40 rule. But other than that, it's looking very clean. The edges are looking fine, no whitening going on, and the bottom is also looking pretty clean, nothing on the edges there, so we're in a good shout for a 10, hopefully. Let's see.
3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, we did hit a 10. Look at that, and the label. Oh, if this camera will focus, there we go. It's looking really nice. It's looking very vibrant and sharp. The flames of, I want to imagine that's like a volcano sort of erupting kind of thing, and it looks amazing. Arceus, the god Pokemon, look at that. That label as well is pretty fantastic. I don't know who came up with it, but it's a genius idea. We're all hitting 178. Again, not much difference between that and a 9, but we hit the 10. Looking at 411 currently at Marketplace, and I should say, when I do market values, this is usually from Collector and other eBay and just a mixture of them, so I try to average it out. And that one there is a very lovely and special card because it was pulled straight from the misses, and we got a 10. But next up is the Sylveon Master Ball. The Master Ball Pokeball idea has been known to the Japanese sets. This one was also pulled from a Prismatic Evolutions pack, fresh from it straight into a sleeve. This one was very well guarded and protected. Looking at it, it's quite clean. There's no major markings. For those who can see that down there is the Master Ball look. You can tell the difference between the Pokeball because of the shape and the M in the middle, but this is a very nice textured card. I like the Pokeball ideas and the Master Ball ideas. I don't know why people don't value it as much, but I certainly think they're really cool. And looking at the back then, it's looking dead even from the size and borders. No whitening, corners are pretty clear. There might be a little bit of a spot at the bottom there, but hopefully that's just the case. And this one here, again, sentimental value, not much value in money. I hope one day in the future that these Master Balls will get more expensive in value because I quite like them. They're very well textured, so let's see if we can get a 10 in it.
3, 2, 1, go!
Near mint to mint 8, not what we wanted. Oh, that's a very disappointing result, I must say, and it looked clean, like, unless there was something under the microscope that I couldn't see with my eyes, which is quite possible, that should have hit at least a 9. But looking at that, we've definitely taken the L with the $30 value. Even that's worse than a raw card. At least it'll be kept preserved in a nice case. But Sylveon is a fan favourite. We were hoping for better. I honestly thought that label would have been better as well, maybe extending through the flowery kind of concept, but that did not happen, sadly, and that one's probably one of the lower end of the cool spectrum of ace labels. But next up is a Raikou V from Crown Zenith. Again, just like the Arceus, Crown Zenith produced some amazing arts, and I must say it was probably one of the best sets for arts of the Silver Tempest. Probably one of the best cards of the... Now I'm pulling a blank. What set did it come from? Sword and Shield, that's it. Sword and Shield era, they pulled out some amazing cards. I have graded a lot of Crown Zeniths with a lot of 10s, so I'm hoping this one also gets a 10. The front was absolutely perfect. The back now is looking also very clean, very even. No whitening, no folds on the edges. The tips are very nice, and the sides also have no damage. So we're in a good shout here for a good 10, and the bottom is also looking very clean. Nothing to suggest it won't hit a 10 either in that department. I remember I did the Entei and Suicune, they all got 10s, so let's see if we can get the Raikou. This one, again, pull from a pack, save for the collection. Hopefully we're going to get another 10 and add to the trio of dogs.
3, 2, 1, go!
And we did! We're ending this video on the 10 Raikou Special Art. What an amazing card. The actual label looks really good. It matches the whole wavy lines. Everything was so cool. We'll take that. That's an amazing card. Looking at the values, it is a big jump from the 10 to a 9 to a raw. So raw sitting at 45, 9 hitting 60, and ace 10 looking at 225 current market value. A very good result indeed. We'll take that. Again, for the personal collection. Can't complain about that whatsoever. It's an amazing card, Raikou, and 3 dogs all together, they do make an amazing art. But anyways, that's it from me. Let's have a quick look at the scores. We've got Arctic at 3, Angel with 6. Angel took this one out, as they usually do. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't already checked out the website, www.arcticbolt.com.au, that's where we chuck our slabs on for sale. None of these cards in this video will be for sale. However, there's plenty of variety for all those who want something really cool. And next time we're going to finish off this collection with some older generation cards, some modern ones like that Magikarp, and we'll see what we get. But thanks for watching, everyone. Stay cool, Angels. I'll see you next time. Bye.